Hey guys, I've had a lot of questions, even from my trainees and stuff, about the exact build details of our custom liner covered stairs on our liners. Obviously, originally on the kits, I thought it was going to be easier to put in thermoplastic stairs in the kits, but it turns out with shipping being crazy right now, if you're able to DIY something like this, it's usually an upgrade on our pools, but you can buy cinder blocks at your local Home Depot and avoid that big giant component that's very hard to ship. It adds almost $1,000 to our shipping on these kits to be over 8 feet wide. So I'm going to kind of show you what we do here. You can make up any design you want, but this is our most popular because it provides nice stairs, a bench, and it doesn't eat up a lot of room in your shallow. You can go all the way across with your stairs. You've seen that on pools, I'm certain, but you're going to eat up 5 or 6 feet of your shallow end with stairs. This only eats up about 18 inches through the middle, but you have nice corner stairs on both sides, kind of makes a symmetrical, really cool look. But there's a couple details that are really important. So what we do, our stairs, because we have a 48-inch wall, we want at least 3 or 4 inches on that top stair to hold it in place. We go 10, 20, 30, 40. Your skimmers allow about 4 inches, about 44 inches of water in the shallow end. So you have about 4 inches of water holding that top stair into place. Works out really, really nice. But I want to show you kind of what we do. You see this bead, right, this track right here? That is made to do this. We set this in situ in the concrete, and it is, I'm going to show you the profile right here. And what that is, that's a liner track that goes in. We screw it into the thing right here. It's got a tearaway bead after the pour, so no concrete gets in there while you're pouring. We tear that away, and now you have a liner track. You specify that on your liner order, and it comes with a little tab that tucks in there and holds the stairs in place while your water's filling up. Really, this is the key that makes it easy. But I'm going to show you something. It comes like this with a bead on both sides. Never really thought much of it. I mean, I knew it was made to cut in half, but if you cut it right in half, there's no room to grab a screw. So I didn't care. I just screwed it on just like that, and I waste half of it. And then I found out how much it's gone up to. A 10-foot piece of this is $100 now. It's at $10 a foot. So ripping it in half cuts that price in half. So put it on a table saw, and you just shave off one side and you flip it over to it so you end up like this. You got a room to tap con or screw right here, and you put that exactly on grade back here. You put your melamine tap con into the block, you fill up the block, and we just go like 8 inches, 16 inches, 24, and so the thickness might be different because you're going 10, 20, so you got 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches of concrete on top. It's minuscule amount of concrete. It's the simplest way to do it. You could get real fancy and put, you know, shims under the lower block like a 2-inch piece or a 4-inch block, but we don't bother. 10, 20, 30, 40. And now you've got something that will hold your mag on grade front and back. It's gravy. It's just so easy. It's perfectly flat. Then, like I said, you peel this out after the pour, and I'm going to show you all that. I probably won't show you the liner drop on this video, but I'm also going to show you, we have a pour tomorrow on one of our mono pours that's getting eco-finished, and it's a totally different setup. It's a lot more carpentry. It's a lot harder. But these stairs are easy, guys, and so I'm going to show you as much as I can on it, show you the tearaway. I'll get it stripped off. And then in one of my videos coming up, I'll actually drop this liner. I think it's supposed to be in next week. We got to put the auto cover rails on after today. We're pouring the walls and the stairs all at once. And then we've about got this one licked. So like I said, I'll take you to the pour, and I'll take you over to a pour I'm doing tomorrow where I'm doing a monolithic stair. That's a lot crazier. You wouldn't want to try to DIY that, but there's no need to either. And yeah, I'll just kind of show you the 2 different ways we handle stairs on these pools, from, you know, simplest to hardest.
Okay, so I'll just kind of talk you through what we're doing here. We are just filling up the block and bringing everything up to grade. You can see the liner track in the back there, and we're just trying not to get it overly buried, but we're trying to get it in there real nice. We'll tap the faces of the melamine just to try to keep all the honeycombing and everything else out. But with liners, it's very forgiving. There's not a lot we can do wrong as long as that grade stays nice. And you don't even want to do a round over on the front edge, because liners are made with hard corners on the stairs and stuff. So you just screed it off. You can see he's doing that right now with a mag, and he's just finding that liner track in the back and using that as his grade in the back, and in the front he's using the melamine. So all he's got to do is just slide it back and forth till he gets all the excess out, smooth it out, and he's done. So it's that simple. So you don't have to have a fine finishing talent with concrete. You just need to get it sealed up. You can see the liner track back there. and you get it nice and smooth. Smoother the better. We're going to put liner foam over the top of it, so that's going to be a big key to it, is that, as long as it's flat, the liner foam does all the work for as far as like, comfort and beauty.
Hey guys, so this is actually one of our monopours. I'll link the video from the pour of this pool right here, but we didn't have the stairs and everything finalized when we poured the pool, so we weren't able to put our water stop in the concrete wet. But I'm going to show you kind of how we form these and why these are so much more elaborate. This entire thing is there's a tanning ledge here. It'll drop 6 7/8. That's how high our steps are, to a bench that wraps around, ties into our stairs. We've got stairs over here, and there's a water stop that we actually had to grind and epoxy in that goes all the way around, because we didn't know where it was going to go when we poured it. If we did know, we could have set that in the concrete, saved ourselves a little heartache, but it just wasn't a finalized design. But when we do that, we use this material right here. It's a water stop. I'll show you a picture of it right there. But half of it goes in, half of it sticks up. We'll vibrate that really good. Just keeps any water from getting in behind and seeping out while we're trying to finish, because that steam and everything will make the finish bad. So we want that to be impossible. But anyway, we just form all this up with melamine. It's kind of upper level carpentry. Our block work, instead of it being right out on the edge, is back in the concrete just to eat up some volume. But still, we end up, this is 7 yards of concrete right here. But it's going to be a super cool staircase. You'll see what it looks like at the end of the video, stripped and all cleaned up and basically ready for eco. We got one light coming out of it right here, but this is just a ton harder. I would never try to DIY this unless you got a lot of carpentry experience.
So you can kind of see the water stop ground in there, and you can just really see the difference. We use cinder block in this just to eat up some volume, but it is completely encapsulated in the concrete pour. It's a monolithic 3-dimensional pour, and that leaves us a nice smooth concrete substrate to apply our eco finish to, as you can see here. But to do that, it's like a reversed mold, so it just takes a ton of skill and time and labor, and I would never really advocate for this, but I've really just included this in the video to accentuate the difference and how much easier, just screwing melamine to grade for the vinyl liners are. It's totally doable for just about anybody. We're
back the next day. We've stripped and cleaned up the whole pour. This thing went really good, and like I said, this one's getting an auto cover, so we didn't put the bullnose rails on and pour it all at the same time like we do on some of the simpler pools. But this is our most popular stair design. It's so easy to do, and I think it's pretty DIY-able for most people. You just do the block work how you want it, and then you just set those little white liner tracks like I showed you, bring melamine up to the same height, and it's gravy. So you can kind of see how it looks. I'll take you over here and show you how that stuff peels out, because once you get you take a knife, it's got a tearaway bead, and once you get the tearaway cut out, then you've got your liner track. All right, so you can see I pop that out with the knife, and it just peels out. You can zoom in on that right there. That's our liner track, and it's a tearaway, so it doesn't get any concrete down in it. And if you measure it right, they make the liner to fit perfectly, and it's got those little tabs. I'll show you the picture of the little sample, and those tabs tuck in and hold it while the liner, while the vacuum's holding it and while the water's filling up. Okay, guys, I just wanted to show you real quick before the end of the video a finished product. Sometimes I'm trying to show you guys lots of things, and I got pools in various phases all over the place. But this is one we finished a couple weeks ago. We don't even have the auto cover mounted yet. But you can see this is the exact same dimensions, exact same stairs as what I showed you on the build. This had the liner track tucked in. It has a couple tiny little wrinkles in the corners over here, which once I get in and mess with it, I can actually pull them over and get them stretched in pretty nice. But it's a real easy thing to get a good fit. You just got to be careful in the measurements for the liner. But like I said, guys, for kits, I was going to avoid these because I thought they were a little more nuanced, but they're going to be so much better on the shipping of the kits, I think, and they're better. They're cooler looking, and so I think most of you guys can handle it, and I will help you. I'll give you drawings and everything else of exactly, how the cross sections and everything should set up, but it's as simple as stack and block and screwing things on grade. So like I said, I think most of you guys can handle it, and this will save you guys a ton of shipping. So if this is cool for you guys, and I didn't mention this, but the liner actually, they texture the stairs. Not necessary, but it makes it a little less slippery. So anyway, I'll see you guys next week.